Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wilkes University Colonels basketball and head coach Jerry Rickrode joining us. Coach, a good start for the Wilkes Colonels this weekend. Tell us about the outlook for this year.
Well, John, really good group of guys. The process in coaching them the first month before we started games has been outstanding. And they're all bought in, so that's a good thing. Can't make any predictions on how good we're going to be, but we are off to a good start, and it's a good group of people.
And you mentioned about making predictions because you do have some guys back this year that played last year and that are quality kids. There's no doubt about it. But I think the league overall this year is kind of a coin flip. You're not sure which direction it's going to go, but I think you would say that the guys from last year got some good experience, and I'm sure they got better in the offseason.
They did. And I think, the experience that they got last year because of some of the circumstances we were in and stuff with injuries and sickness and some other things are going to pay dividends, I hope. And, the group is all bought in, and they're playing as a team. Every day at practice, and it's been a good process so far, and enjoying every day of it right now.
Talking with Jerry Rickrode here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, Jerry, one of the kids that had a great weekend was Alec Weiser, and one thing that Alec has going for him is he's a very heady player. It doesn't seem like he gets shaken or rattled too much. Always seems to be under control.
Yeah, he's just an outstanding young man. And he grew from a maturity level and mentally throughout last year. And since he stepped foot on campus, his maturity was already like a junior and a senior mentally. But he's just stepped up his game and works at his game in the off season. He bailed me out today, to be honest with you, because I don't know if you were listening to the game, but we fouled them. We're up 3. We fouled them and put them on the line with about 4 seconds to go. And they missed the foul shot. They made the 2 foul shots. We were up 1. And I called a timeout, and we didn't have a timeout left. So we're up 1, and they went to the foul line for two foul shots with 3.5 seconds to go. They made 1 and missed 1. And we got the ball into Alec in the inbounds. He took a couple dribbles over half court and stuck a 3 at the buzzer. So I owe him a lot.
Well, sometimes you get wins like that, and there's been some close games over the years. It's nice to hear, but nice to get a long road trip and nice to get a couple of victories. That always feels good. Baptist Bible will be in town on Tuesday night, and nice to be at the Mart Center.
Yeah, and I think they're a very good team, and they're experienced. We've seen them. And they're somebody you can't take lightly. They're well coached, and they're going to play hard, and they're pretty good. So, once we got back to Wilkes-Barre here tonight, tell the guys we got to focus on the next game.
Let's talk about Pat first, a guy whose experience seems like he gets better every year. As long as he stays healthy, he really could contribute. And Nick Wilkes on the inside, he stepped up last year. Expected big things from him again this year.
John, both those guys have gone through adversity. Both have missed seasons because of injuries. And they really played well this weekend. They've dealt with adversity, and it's really helping them. And they're going to be a tough duo to stop at times. Pat's got his explosiveness back, and he's a real heady player. And Nick is just rehabbed an injury and actually just started practice full tilt about the second week in this year, and he looks really good right now.
We're talking Wilkes University Colonels basketball this year, and of course Jerry Rickrode, the head coach, joining us, and excited about another season as always. Coach, how about any young guys that have come in and have impressed enough to get some playing time on the freshman level?
Yeah, I think you're going to see here down the line our freshman point guard, Tyler Jackson, is going to be a very good player. And he'll be helping us quite a bit, I think. But, I think mostly, John, to be honest with you, like our 4 sophomores have just grown from the freshman year to the sophomore year, and they're going to be really good players. And as a group, to be honest with you, like I had said, they're all bought in, and I don't know if you know who's going to step up in the next game or the next practice or the next game. They kind of just try to complement each other, and I don't really know if we have a star or 2 stars or anything like that, but we've got some good players, and they're pretty good playing together.
Coach, you definitely have some clock punchers, and they're similar fashion. I think that was what you were alluding to. Guys like Steve Stravinsky, they punch the clock. They don't say a whole lot. Sometimes they'll hit a big 3. Sometimes they'll make a steal. Sometimes it's a rebound. But you have a couple of guys like that hit the lineup, a Cameron Hinkle or him or a Devin Dunn, guys that just kind of get the job done quietly.
You're exactly right, John. And the good thing about these guys is their resiliency after they don't have a good play or make a mistake. They bounce right back, and the guys are in it for them when they make a mistake, and that helps them with their confidence. But yeah, those guys are good role players, but they're also very good players who can step up and be the star any game. So you never know.
Coach, all the lineups you went through last year, I mean, you had different guys starting at different times, and you mentioned some of these guys that stepping up, and you're not sure what role they're going to play, but when they're called upon, they're going to have to step up and be ready. I'm sure that's been the theme. Hey, be ready to play. Your number is going to be called.
Yeah, and you know what? That was the theme this weekend, too. And we're just a bit more experienced this year with the guys that have to step up. And, it's a good luxury to have. Obviously, we'd like to have everybody available. But, if you don't, you deal with who you have at the time, and the guys have really responded.
Jerry Rickrode here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. The home stand starts on Tuesday, Baptist Bible. Coach, not a whole lot of home games early. We'll see a bunch in January and February, but you're going to be on the road a little bit, so we'll find out how good the Colonels are this year early, right?
Yeah, we're going to be battle tested on the road. I took a look at that schedule. I wasn't quite sure what I did with that schedule, to be honest with you, when I put those games together, but I looked at it right before we started the season. I said, geez, we're on the road a lot. So, it's a basketball court, John. It's got baskets. It's got a floor. You got to go out there and play. And I don't think that's going to really bother this team. We got a long way to go, and we got much work to do. But I like the mental aspect of the team right now.
I think we're going to see that blue-collar effort the whole year. A big weekend for the Colonels, couple of wins. Alex Weiser, the MVP of the tournament, so congratulations to him. And, Coach, I look forward to talking to you again maybe in the next month or two and see how the Colonels are doing, all right?
Thanks, John. It's always nice to be on with you.